Hi guys, I've said before that it's pointless asking questions of ministers or the Prime Minister in the House of Commons, as it will surely go unanswered. Perhaps a better approach is to engage in a bit of grandstanding or wit. While Labour and the Conservatives in Westminster pride themselves as being polar opposites in British politics, that isn't seen the same way in Scotland. A way of describing both parties is pretty famous or infamous depending on your politics, and this term was introduced to English audiences and members of Parliament on Wednesday by SNP MP Chris Law. But Sir Lindsay Hoyle didn't appreciate it much. Enjoy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Every year the SNP Scottish Government mitigates against the cruellest of Westminster policies by spending £84 million supporting hard-working families against the brutal bedroom tax and over £6.2 million covering the two-child benefit cap. Astonishingly, Mr. Speaker, we have learned over the summer the Leader of the Opposition is an enthusiastic supporter of these Tory cruel welfare policies, with U-turn after U-turn from the Labour Party. So given that the Tories and Labour are two cheeks of the same arse, offering no change, no vision, no hope, does the Prime Minister agree that the only way Scottish voters can rid themselves of these...
Order. I'm not going to both stand up, so one of us is going to give way and it won't be me. Can I just say, let's think about language. Let's be more temperate and let's make sure that this Parliament can be proud. The pride of this Parliament will shine through, but certainly not using language.
Happy to change the offending word with bottom.
Oh my goodness. Like I said before, you have to use the tools that are available to you. And Westminster is a joke. Prime Minister's question, I'm not talking about Westminster as a whole, but PMQs and asking ministers in the chamber, in the Westminster chamber, is a joke. It's a pointless exercise. They don't answer the question. You raise a point, a very valid point, and the minister starts talking about something else. You point out the problems of Brexit and they ignore the question and start talking about something else. So it's a charade. Now, I think the select committees are really important, and that's where the real work is done. But what's happening in PMQs is just theatre. It's pointless. So there's no point in engaging with the Prime Minister. There's no point asking him questions, because it's not going to achieve anything. He's not going to answer those questions. He'll start talking about something else. But of course here, I think the SNP are using this platform to attack both the Labour Party and the Conservatives in Scotland. This is not so much about Westminster, this is about Scotland. And when the SNP are in the chamber, when they're raising a point, they'll say about what they have achieved in Scotland, what they're doing. He raised here about for example, the bedroom tax, how the Scottish Government is compensating people against mitigating, Tory policies. And he criticised the Labour Party because in Scotland, the battle is between the SNP and, to a certain extent, the Labour Party and Tories working together. There have been a number of examples of the Tories and Conservatives Labour and the Conservatives working together to oust SNP councillors or politicians, or just to stop them from getting to stop them from winning a seat or winning a council. The Tories and Labour have worked together. You can find evidence all over the place for that. But in Westminster, they present themselves as the polar opposites. So once again, it's a case of using the platform you have in Westminster to fight different battles. This one, of course, being in Scotland. But also exposing the charade for what it is. It is a charade, it's theatre, it's nothing else. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.